Ha! I am now live. Gonna bring someone in. Boom. Oh, telling the followers to join in on your video. What? What? That's crazy. I don't think anyone's gonna join on. Hopefully, dude joins on, but. Oh, there we go. This is harder than I thought. I don't know. Okay, wait. Oh, what is that? Invited. Okay, he hasn't done anything yet. Oh, wait. Yeah. Go live with Bryan with a Y. Go live with Bryan with a Y. What? It should work. He joined. Are you getting in video? Are you getting in video, man? You're in the chat. Fiddlesticks. How do you get into the being on the camera? Oh no. Go live in a room. So why aren't you in the thing? Let's see if this works. You should be.
There he is.
Dude, that's how you do it. That is so much better looking than what I have been doing on Skype. Skype, you can kiss my ass.
Yeah.
Gosh,
Skype and Zoom and yeah.
Yeah, you're not getting good a quality as this, man. This is some high quality shit here. So, what's up? What's up, Bryan with a Y, man?
Well, I had my birthday a couple days ago, and we stretched it out for a few days, and I couldn't quite make it birthday week. I tried to make it a birthday week, but only about 4 days before my birthday, I was like, my birthday's coming up, and then like halfway through the day after, I was feeling like I was grabbing fumes. I was like, it's still my birthday. It's like, no, Bryan, it was yesterday. But yeah, I got some pretty cool shit, and I'm pretty happy about it. And just, it was great. It was great.
So how old is it here? Oh, sorry.
Oh, we went to the main thing is we went to Eugene, and we went to the Emerald, the Eugene M's. It's like the B League baseball team, and we watched one of their games, and
Cool.
it was pretty cool. Yeah, because there wasn't a whole lot of people there, but I mean, at every level of every level they take it super seriously, and these guys, all baseball players have the same kind of mannerisms where they come out and they're making their jersey all perfect, and they're making their wrist guard all tight, and they're making their helmet snug and the thing on their wrist all tight, and then they swing and miss the ball, and then they got to adjust every little thing, just a little snug, and then when they hit the ball, they take everything off and they just like throw it towards their dugout, and then they have some guy that comes out and retrieves it, and it's seemed like there should be a more efficient way to put on your protection and take it off, but it was cool. And towards like the seventh inning, my girlfriend, she was starting to yell at like the people batting, and it was really cool because it got me all excited, and I was like, that would be so fun to just go to these games. It would be a good comedy exercise. to just go and think of the most creative, clean insults you can to yell at the batters.
What league are they in? Are they in, not league? What level do you say they're in?
It's they are the single top A league. So it's like
Triple
single
A.
A. Yeah, it's like single A, double A, triple A majors, I think.
Yeah. So
And
they're
and they were
Triple A.
huh?
They're Triple A.
No, I think the M's were single. I think they were
Cool,
single A, so they were a few down the spectrum.
dude. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Have you been to a Pickles game, a Portland Pickles game?
Mm-mm.
Dude, those things, as the kids said a while ago, is off the chain, dude. Those
Really?
games are rad. Yeah, and Jeremiah Coughlin and crap. Uh, can't think the other dude's name right now. What is his name? I don't know. But
Okay.
they hosted. Oh man,
They hosted
uh,
what?
they hosted a show from there.
Really? Like they
Yeah,
was it a comedy show at the Portland Pickles Stadium, or was it a Portland Pickles show that they hosted at the stadium?
yeah, the stadium. They like, do all like the gimmick stuff during it. Crap. Like any kind of like the guy who can do the spin around the
Oh
bat
yeah.
and run to first base. Like they do
Yeah.
all that shit. And it's really pissing me off trying to think of what that guy's name is. So he's a dude. Looked kind of like me, man. Fuck. From Minneapolis. It's
Huh.
like I can't think what his name is. He's from Port. He's been a Portland comic for a long time, and I can't think what his
How
name is.
how is he how old is he? Do you know? Is he older than you?
He's probably a little younger.
Okay. Is he like fatter or skinnier?
He's a skinny dude. He's a skinny guy. He's a Jewish guy, and I can't think who. Ah, crap. I'm doing great at describing people. He's got
Right.
like kind of like a blonde like fro kind of a thing going, and I
Huh.
can't think of his name. But anyway, they host the thing
Yeah.
there, the Pickles. It's over there on like 92nd and Holgate, somewhere around there. And those games are fun. I think they're lower than single A, but dude, they draw like a few thousand people during the games, like on a Tuesday night.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
That would be dope.
yeah, because you're living in Portland, right? You used to do stuff in Eugene.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah, dude. Then go to a Pickles game one of these times during the summer,
Okay.
because that shit is cool. Uh,
It was really dope and yeah, just baseball is weird. Baseball is definitely it's a weird sport.
did you ever follow baseball?
Mm-mm. No, the only time I got like into baseball was when like uh whenever controversial players would like pop up on TV. Like I was like, "Oh, I don't know why I like John Rocker, but like people were talking about like, he'd come running out and he always had like attitude issues, but like that made baseball like cool, especially at the major leagues when it's like part of their job title is to maintain their composure, but they still have like this Dennis Rodman, whatever type of stuff that makes it more interesting. But baseball,
Oh,
it's one of those things where it's like, um, I I really gotta watch it live to appreciate it.
yeah, yeah, it's
Hmm.
a lot better. It's even if you don't know what's going on, being at a ball game's pretty cool, man. Are you an Eastbound and Down fan? Eastbound and Down fan?
Mm-mm.
Have you ever seen it?
Nope. What's a eastbound and why are they down?
Dude, okay, all right. We brought up John Rocker.
Yeah.
So they made a character, Kenny Powers, and he's mostly based off of John Rocker, and
Okay.
it's man, I'm not doing good with names today. But the dude who plays it, I don't know why I can't do this. Fuck, what is his name? Danny McBride.
Okay.
Danny McBride is him, and there's 4 seasons of it. It was on HBO maybe like 10 years ago,
Alrighty.
and dude, it's awesome. If you liked what John Rocker did, is kind of like a crazy dude.
Yeah.
Uh, then you would like Eastbound and Down Mountain. He's just I don't know. He does really bad stuff, but he has very good qualities sometimes. So you want to hate him, but then he does something good, and
Good.
it's a great fucking show. I watch it like once a year.
Okay.
It,
Okay.
yeah, it's pretty fucking cool.
Dope.
But
Dope.
yeah, dude. So how about that comedy show? How's that comedy show going?
It's going pretty good. This last week it was a pretty good turnout. I always like it when there's like new face, like there's plenty of people and everyone gets plenty of time, but like each week there's like 5 or 6 new faces and they come in, they do plenty of time, they do well, you know, and they have a good time. And I mean, it's always good when people come back, but I think kind of the consistent thing is that I think a lot of people are eager to do comedy, and then they come to the Dantes, they come to LOL, and they're like, "Holy shit, I can do all this time, and Bryan doesn't even give me a light." And then I just get off stage when I'm done, and it has like a good flow to it. And I can remember back a year or so ago when once every 3 or 4 shows it was like this, but it's been pretty consistent, and 1% better each week is the goal, and I think I'm headed in that direction with it, and definitely the last couple of weeks there was more than 1% improvement. That's more just like a metaphor, but I'm really happy with how it's turning out, and people are really liking it. And only once out of the 5 weeks so far was I struggling a little bit, and I did my 25 minutes at the top, and then the last person was going up and we still had like 45 minutes to do. And so I was like trying to figure out like, well, I can't do my 25 again. It's like how, and I want to go all the way till 6:30. Like I want to finish. And I ended up ending a little bit early, and it was okay. I still got paid, but that just got me motivated to have plenty of stuff just in case that happens again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You. Uh, yeah. You got plenty of stuff. You got that. You got that
Yeah.
down. There's plenty of things to do at a comedy show, man.
Yeah.
Bring
Yeah.
it back. Have them fight to the death. Whatever. Things.
Mm-hmm.
Things are good. Yeah. I think that'll work. And then what else was I gonna say? So. Well, Saved by the Bell. This is Saved by the Ben, Saved by the Bell podcast.
Yeah.
This is the guest, Bryan with a Y. And so, Saved by the Bell, good show. All right, that's the end of Saved by the Bell, Saved by the Ben, man. Saved by the Bell podcast. Now we're going to talk about other stuff because this is what this podcast has turned into for a little while. So those stocks, dude, GameStop, stop. GameStop stock.
Yeah,
That shit is dropping some. I got some in some AMC, so it's
good.
like, I have that, but man, yeah, it's been hard. But I'm leaving it there. I'm just gonna let it do a shit. Something may happen. I don't know how's your stuff
I
rocking
you know
along.
I for a long time I was like I wanted it to go to the moon right now. I was like, I need it to go to the moon. I'm all excited about it. But as it progresses, I'm starting to get more excited about the squeeze not happening now. Like, uh, if it happens next year, then we don't have like we get a cut on capital gains tax. And so like since this is kind of a once in a lifetime, once in a ever opportunity, that would only benefit us more to not have to pay the capital gains tax. And so, if the squeeze didn't happen until next year, I would be completely okay with that. And I've just been every month or so, seeing if I can get another GameStop or two, and get a little more AMC or two or three, and then just know that it's going to be safe. And I've already kind of accepted that my Roth and my retirement is going to tank because of the market and the real estate market and just all the markets to kind of try and balance it. And so I'm I'm excited, but I'm not watching it every day. As I say
Oh,
that with as I say that with Matt Kors on the TV right now,
yeah,
his
yeah.
live feed.
I'm checking that shit all the time, man. Just
Okay, good.
man, it's not doing what I thought, but I'm cool with this. This way is cool. I just let it ride for a while.
Oh yeah, long play it, dude. That's where it's at. Like it's it's really exciting to see what's going to happen. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about stocks. I don't like numbers. I'm not a data guy. Like
Me neither.
I I was waiting tables long ago. Like I'm a people person. I'm a front of the house. Like I bathe daily.
Yeah, got me there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know shit, man. I got lucky once,
With
so
With
now,
the Dodge coin.
yeah, but I don't know. That was one time. So now it's just hopefully keep some of that back in there for some fucking fun thing. I need to get more back into crypto more than stocks, though.
Yeah,
I think,
yeah.
yeah, I think I want to try some crypto. Some of those ones that are fucking nothing and just put something into it.
Hmm.
Fucking pick five.
Oh yeah.
Maybe pick one that's funny that's on some stupid fucking meme, and do shit like that.
Well, and they have like I don't know. Do you spend any time in the GameStop or Super Stonk subreddit?
Uh, no, I just
No.
got onto Reddit, so I need to. I'm gonna have to listen back to this or watch back this so I can get that information.
Well, I can just
I took.
I can just send you the subreddit name because it's yeah,
How about you do that? I think
yeah,
that's a much better idea. So,
yeah. Because I was watching this. There was this huge wave, and it was probably like 2 or 3 weeks ago. There was a bunch of subreddit posts about reporting um, brokers to the SEC, and a handful of whistleblowers were getting compensated for like uh, reporting, you know, their behavior to the SEC, and I was like, I was going through all of my transactions and trying to find something. I was like, what could I possibly waste their time with to try and create a whistleblower lawsuit? But because they pay like $1 million like per person, so it's just like you find like one like fucked up transaction on your thing and report it, and they might hook it up,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and then throw it all into GameStop right back in. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's probably what I would do. Just let it ride. That's money I didn't have before, so I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
spread it out. I probably spread it out a little bit,
Well, I
but
think the main thing is like you guys are probably renting because like the first thing I would get is like I would buy a house. Like that's the first thing
I
I would do because it's like that's there was a period of time where I was like doing some work for rent trade because I was like, what can I like? What's the one way I can save the most on expenses? And it was like food and living, and I found these people that were re kind of modeling their house and had to clean it up, and they let me stay there for 2 months rent free just to work. And 3 weeks in, we had all the work done, and so it just blew me away how much I had saved, uh, not paying rent.
dude, it's fucking great not paying rent, man. Like that because if you can do that, but I haven't been able to do that. But it's a good way to save some money. But yeah, I mean, we rent, dude. It's fucking ridiculous how much it costs. Um, because well, like not like how much it costs. It costs a lot of fucking money, but like that it costs because the cost of living is very high here in Salt Lake City, as
Hmm.
opposed to Minnesota, where
Right.
yeah, um, yeah,
Yeah, I have a nurse coworker that her and her fiance came out from Ohio, and it blew me away like the house prices and how much less they were than out here, but then also the wages, and like they pay a lot less for nursing. And like
yeah,
if I went into overtime here, I'd be making the same as a nurse back there. So of course, if the houses out there were the price of the houses out here, I could afford one, and but there's nothing going on in Ohio. They're not driving distance from the ocean, from the mountains, from the beach, and like they're so boring. Their team colors are like gray and red. Like
hey man, guess what? Guess where I was born?
you were born in Ohio, yes, but you're not boring.
Dude, I was just there, man. I was there fucking like a little over a month ago. Uh, I don't. Have you been there? It's
No, but I had a girlfriend from the cruise line that's from there, so I've visited.
okay. So it's not. I mean, I know that it's not. I mean, that's why I'm living here, I guess, and not there. You know.
I,
Uh,
yeah, I don't. I'm sure there's like it would be cool to visit, like to travel a lot more and visit there. But yeah, I shouldn't shit talk. I'm not well traveled enough.
you can shit talk, man. I'm just giving you shit, man, because I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna care. Like, you can talk shit about where I'm from or what I don't know. Whatever, man. You can talk shit about it. It's not gonna offend me. You'll be okay. I might just give you some shit back,
Cool.
and we'll be good. Um, but man, oh man,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, Yeah, it's some shit. It is some shit.
It's some
But
shit.
it's out there in the middle of the Midwest, man.
Yeah, yeah.
It's it,
At
yeah.
least
I
it's
mean,
not. At least it's not too far south. You know, they're a little. You know,
it's it's on the border.
is it okay?
Like the Cincinnati airport is in Kentucky, and Kentucky, I think, was kind of a. I don't remember if Kentucky, the Mason-Dixon line, I think goes above Kentucky. I think the cutoff is that river.
Okay.
So like Cincinnati, like the airport's in Kentucky, but the town's in Ohio. But I don't know. Kentucky that's like the Mason-Dixon line, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. I've
But it
never
was
been.
uh, there's an accent there too, which is pretty wild. They don't think they knew. They didn't think I knew. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I have an accent. I lived in Oregon most of my life, so whatever the Oregon accent is, I mean, I guess it's an accent. So
Yeah,
I just,
people have said there's a Pacific Northwest accent. Uh, it might just be kind of like not rushed, like
uh,
laid. I don't know, like I know the Kentucky accent. I work with a nurse from Kentucky, but also like there's an Alabama, there's a Georgia, there's a Kentucky, there's a Western Kentucky, but you'd have to like hear the differences and have someone define what the inflection differences are. But um, someone was saying the word spendy is like a Northwest term. Like when I was working on the cruise line, there was this girl that graduated high school with me, and I didn't know. And we had both said the term spendy like a couple different times, and someone was like, what does that mean?" It's like, oh, it must be like a Northwest thing. Like, probably, saying that, that's too spendy or something,
oh, okay, yeah, yeah, I say
So,
that all.
yeah, so I
I,
think that maybe not so much, I mean, there could be an accent, but more so, I think just certain words, like, I always think of that Bar Rescue episode where they're like, let me get some chicken fingers. Like, that's like when I practice my Boston accent. Like, let me get some chicken fingers.
I mean, as long as you get that part in, man, then
Yeah,
just always have chicken fingers on hand. Uh, okay, go with me on this one. You work in the restaurant industry, or no, you don't right now. You did.
yeah, for like 10 years.
Okay, so one thing I think is you don't order chicken fingers
No,
at, especially during a rush, like at dinner or something, because the fryer, that you want to do it at the same time, but there's so many in there, like that's when they don't get fully cooked, is
right.
during that dinner rush. If it's going to be any time, that's what it is, because when you're putting these frozen or sort of frozen things back in, that lowers the temperature a lot. And so it's not going to take the 3 minutes it takes to do it. It's going to be maybe like 3.5 minutes, 4 minutes, but you can't be, you got to get to have that time. You got to be getting that shit out, man, during that rush. And
Yeah,
so don't order chicken fingers or anything else. Don't order any fried foods during a rush.
right.
No, actually, order them. They'll be cool as long as it's, because I think chicken's the only one you can probably get sick from. So chicken fingers, don't order them at a rush.
That's right.
Boom.
That's good.
Oh, that's a service announcement, man, right here.
I got
On
one.
the
I got a public service announcement.
do a public service announcement.
Okay. So when you go to a bar and you order your beer, order the bottled beer or the canned beer, and people will be like, well, what, you want to have tap instead because it tastes better? In theory, yes, assuming they drain their lines, once a week, if that. And so when you get the bottle or the can, it's going to be more consistent and less chance for getting sick because of like bacteria. Because if you drank a beer and got sick because of bacteria, you would assume that you didn't eat enough or you ate something. You would never assume that it was from the moldy tap lines, in the hundreds of feet of tubing that never get, bleached and sanitized and drained. And also when they have kegs, like if it's like the end of the keg, it'll be like way too foamy. And even if the lines were clean, there could be a lot of factors affecting it. Like if there's too much, if there's like sanitized residue or soap, it can make the beer too foamy. And so that's why, like, if it's like a shithole dive bar or like questionable establishment, just get the bottle, the Heineken in the bottle, the Newcastle in the bottle, like never fails.
That's a good fucking public service announcement. I
Mhm.
think that's a good point because the places I've worked that have served alcohol, I have never witnessed someone doing this.
Right.
Like, and I worked, I don't know, I worked a lot of years in the restaurant industry, and I never saw anyone do that one time. I couldn't tell you what it looks like to do that.
Right. Right. And we've all seen people trade out kegs. We've all seen people do liquor orders. We've all seen people drop liquor bottles and all that stuff, that you might not see unless you work there. And
Yeah,
yeah, I've never seen it either.
and yeah, with the soda, it might be a little bit different because it's just there's so much sugar will kill anything, sugar and other
Hmm.
weird shit. Man, so I used to work at the bowling alley that's now with the Target over on 30th and Powell. It used to
Okay.
be, but dude, man, that place was pretty gross. There was when I got there. Let's see, there was a thing of Coke that had been opened, like the syrup, and they send the fucking little rectangle box thing.
Yeah.
It was green, man, and under it, man, fuck, there's so many ants. Like that place was gross, man. There was ants and there was rats and shit,
Ooh.
and like yeah, like there was fucking traps all over, and there would be mouse poop, and man, yeah, I was the cook there for a little while, one of them, but this was like 10 years ago, probably 9 years ago, and it was that was
Yeah.
wild, man. It was a wild fucking job, but that was pretty gross, and there wasn't much I could do about it. I mean, I cleaned it, but then it's like. And they'd already been there for a long time. They were quite well established, and I'm not going to go spend my time cleaning everywhere else in the place. The place just needed to be shut down. I don't know how bowling alleys are going right now at all. That's
Right.
amazing. There must be some sort of money laundering. It must be like those mattress stores, like bowling alleys.
Yeah.
Man, you're not making money anymore.
Mm-mm.
I saw some that were. There was one in Austin, Minnesota. Man, that would be packed every Monday night or something. But that's one night a week, unless they sold like a lot of shit. It's probably
And that's
not.
and that's assuming nothing else is available. Like there's no other activities, no other options. So they're like, yeah, let's go drink at the bowling alley. You know?
Yeah, yeah, and you better hope that you sign all those people up for the league for their league night, so they're there every Monday night to go get hammered. There
Yeah.
was a they'd have different nights. It was a cool place, man. They were pretty chill with everyone, and So they had one night that was like I think Monday night was Grateful Dead night, Grateful Dead League. So it was
Mhm.
just a bunch of people with that smelled really fragrant.
Overdue for a bath.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but then the rest of them smelled good. They smelled very green and earthy and smelled like weed and shit. I guess is what I was really going for, rather than just whatever the word is. Now you can't. I guess you can't say pussyfooting around anymore, can you?
Mm-mm.
No,
No,
that's the
just
one
some.
I got to go.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Like I was watching First Amendment auditors. Did have you ever seen those or heard of those?
No,
No, they're
what?
people that they're people that go around public buildings. It's a series of YouTubes. They go around public buildings and film, and then when people are like, "Hey, you can't film," and they're like, "Yes, I can," and they're like, "No, you can't. Our policy," and they're like, "First Amendment, protected activity, this and that," and it usually like escalates, and then the cops are called, and then the lieutenant and the captain, and then the cops leave, and it's like, no, it's protected, and you can film, and uh, shoot, I was going somewhere with that. Uh, what were we talking about right before then? We're talking about something, but
Yeah, we sure were. Well, we were
yeah.
talking about pussyfooting.
Oh yeah, yeah. So one of the cats, he's like, yeah, thanks. He goes and he's like, the couple dudes are like antagonists, and they'll yell and swear and talk smack and be like complete jerks. And there's this one guy, and he's from the East Coast, and he'll be like, he'll flip out and he'll say a bunch of stuff. In this one video, he's like, why does the cop think he can arrest me? I didn't say anything bad. I didn't call him a FAG. And it was like, it just put in perspective that, like, I know that that's like not an okay insult, and like when I was like 10 years old, that's what we said, but like it's not okay. But like some people, it just the awareness, like he'll call this guy an mf'er and this and that and a tyrant and a pig and all these things, but then he's like checking himself because he called him an FAG, which was like to reinforce you can't say pussyfooting anymore.
I gotta find a new term for it. So I'm gonna say it one more time. No, I guess I can't because you already said I can't say it anymore. So now that I know you can't say pussyfooting, here's the next word I want to say to see if it's. No, just kidding. Shit. Uh, yeah. So they smelled like weed. The people down on the Jerry night, and so then there was one night, man, that was it was Bears bowling night, and it was. So it was a bunch of dudes that were like super hairy and not wearing a lot of clothes. And it was in the summer. It was like, like a bear, like the whatever the term is for the hairy gay guys.
Oh yeah,
But
that's
people
bear.
who don't know, people, the listeners who might not know.
Right.
But man, holy shit, did that place smell like nutsack.
Oh gosh.
Man, it smelled like sweaty nutsack the whole night. That's a smell that I don't think I will ever forget. Because you think about it, you got like 100 some big fat hairy guys getting all sweaty bowling and drinking and shit, man. Oh, that smell was in there for at least a few days, and it's in my nostrils still 8 years later, maybe.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot for that one. Uh, Whoever those people were, I don't know who they were. Everyone was really nice, but they just smelled god awful. So But yeah, so that's my story about the people smelling in bowling alleys should be irrelevant now. Maybe have some at some gimmick place, but you don't need a bowling alley. I mean, the little towns even really bowl much anymore. This was in Portland in southeast Portland, in a pretty densely populated and cool area.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I don't know, man. There's no reason to have a fucking bowling alley around. Bowling's kind of fun. I got pretty good at Wii bowling, so I can do that pretty.
yeah.
But regular bowling isn't as good. It's not as good.
Yeah, it seems like with bowling the margin for getting better, like you'll get so good and then you'll reach like a cap, and at that point you have to invest like a lot of serious time to cross that threshold. Like you can put in the effort and practice form and bowl decently if you're out bowling with the boys or getting some drinks or whatever, but like if you want to cross that threshold, you got to take it seriously. And uh, there's not enough, smoke and mirrors for me to get behind bowling that much. You know, it's
No,
everyone's dressed like they're getting ready to go golfing, and it's like most of the professional bowlers don't look like professional athletes.
no. It's,
And
I mean, it's that, and you got. I was thinking on golf with John Daly. Do you remember that guy
I
back in
do.
like the
Oh yeah,
early? Yeah, going and being half shit house and smoking cigarettes while he's rolling around, rocking some hits around the old course. But that
yep,
one, you don't have to be a good athlete. You have to be. I mean, it's sort of like wrestling. You have to be a certain like each type of sport has a different muscle set that you use, or whatever, how much of your body you need to use to do it. Like bowling, it's probably like your arm and your hips, I guess, really,
yeah,
is
and
all,
core. Yeah.
and your core. I mean, you have to work those muscles, and that's probably the same with John Daly. And then like wrestling, you only need to work certain spots because you're only, well, some people that didn't do as much, maybe wasn't quite fully well rounded with the exercises. So,
Right.
but do what you can do. But you got to be in shape. That's the word. You need to be a different in shape for each one of these sports. Like uh, someone that's a great runner um, probably couldn't wrestle. Someone that's could be a weightlifter probably couldn't. Someone that could be like weird shit like that. But then
Right.
like a wrestler couldn't go out and just be a weightlifter. I mean, probably that one. That's stupid.
But like a swimmer, competitive swimmer.
Like a swimmer, you couldn't be a
Yeah.
swimmer right off the bat. You got to go and train yourself very differently. You have to be able to hold your breath and shit. So, and dude, I'm terrible at swimming. I
Yeah.
know how to swim, and I can get to the end and back no problem, but I can't do the. I just yeah. But then I forget to kick, and then I just sort of sink, and and then
And you're like
I'll
going in
pedal.
a, you're just going in a circle.
Yeah,
Like,
my left
I'm
is good.
swimming really hard on my left side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I like that probably.
Did you watch any AEW at all yet this week?
Yeah, like this week, like
The Elevation on Monday night and then Dark last night.
I watched. I think I watched Elevation and I watched part of Dark.
Yeah. Yeah,
What about you?
I watched both and then I flipped through some of the less than savory matches. But dude, I'm getting really excited and now they have Malachi Black, Aleister Black.
That was a
You
great
know?
get, right? That
Oh, it was
was
beautiful.
well. If that was without crowd, it still would have been fucking crazy. But dude, I mean, when was the last time you've seen a crowd just be that pumped? Like it.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, man. I saw that and I was just like, holy shit! It's one of those like goosebump moments, and it's because they were kind of fucking with it during the first part of the show where the lights would go off, and I think they did that a couple times,
Mhm.
and I'm like, the fuck, something's gonna happen, but I wasn't expecting Malachi Black, so. But there he is, man. I mean, he's gonna be able to have some cool matches with a lot of people.
Right.
So
And I knew that I didn't know, but I thought that when the lights had originally gone off that it was planned because Cody was like wrestling in the ring and like it looked like he acknowledged the power going out like while he was wrestling. And if you've ever seen the power go out and it's not supposed to, the wrestlers like they just keep going. And Cody like he like stopped and like looked up and kind of had this look on his face. I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, like, come on now, like. And then I was listening to a Jim Cornette interview, and he was talking about how they should have done the debut of him differently, and it was really interesting because Jim was saying like that. He's like, they could have let it up. They could have teased it. They could have been like, who is this? Who is this? He's not supposed to be here, or is he supposed to be here? But instead, they were just like, oh, that's Tommy End, or Tommy Black or Malachi Black, and I don't listen to a lot of Jim Cornette's Drive Through, but it's really interesting to catch his snippets because I think as opinionated as he is, and people say that he is, he's got a crazy mind for the business, and he still is digging his heels in on selling us on the idea that it's a show. And like when he talks about how wrestlers should debut or things, ideas should be translated and communicated. It's really interesting to get his point of view because as cool as AEW is and as exciting as where it's going and the joy that I feel thinking of wrestlers being able to do what they want to do, like I'm really excited. I really liked Aleister Black's entrance where he came up on like like it's not a crane, but it was like a platform that stood him up, and he had this jacket with these spikes on it, and that was so cool. And it's exciting to think that he's gonna do much more of that in AEW, or at least team up with someone and really showcase his moves because he's badass. Like he's a Dutchman. He does the kickboxing. He's covered in tattoos. He's doing like the one contact with, and he's got like this weird scar on his face, and he talks so many meta levels about his character and telling a story that it's like you wouldn't understand it unless you were actually like a wrestler yourself. And so it's really exciting to think about what he's going to do with it, and I haven't been excited to watch wrestling in a long time, and it's exciting to see what he's going to do. And Darby Allin, that dude is clinically mentally ill, and I mean, just some of the bumps that he takes are just insane. And it's like, are you trying to hurt yourself? And I think he actually is, you know? And he's drug free, no Tylenol, no ibuprofen, just ice baths, which is really interesting to hear from someone in their 20s that's doing pro wrestling that used to be a pro skater. Like, so many levels of inspiration just in that.
Yeah. And there he is, man. Fucking Darby doing his thing.
Yeah, it's like a car crash waiting to happen.
Yeah. I rode with him in the back seat for a while for one trip. It was like one trip, it was like 4 hours, and that was it's weird.
Was
It
it?
was weird. Didn't do it ever again.
Did
But
you? Oh, but he what?
go ahead.
Oh, I was just
We were
gonna say,
driving.
did
We're driving back from Kelowna to Vancouver, which is like a 4 hour drive over these mountains. And yeah, dude, it was weird. It was just I don't know. He's a different kind of guy, man.
kind of
He's
was he like, totally like not very personable, like not a lot of chit chat.
no, not really.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
part of
but
me wants to think that he's an asshole, but also like the fact that he's doing his thing though, and I can respect I respect him at like when I first saw him, I was like, oh my gosh, he's just a little runt. But then, like, watching him, and he does the face paint, and I love the face paint, and I think it's pretty cool, and I'm jealous, and I would have, yeah, like that's pretty cool that you got to do that.
oh well, yeah, yeah. I mean, he was around for a little while. There's some people that, I mean, they knew he was going to be big, people that were around. I can name some wrestlers or promoters that said it from like the first couple matches he was in. But yeah, man, that guy, I don't know, it's different. Like, it's shit I wouldn't do. And the thing I like about it is if he's on the card with me, I never worked him. I might have been in a tag match with him, but I don't think so. And I lost my train of thought. What was I saying about?
You're
Talking
talking
about?
about working a match with Darby. You were You thought you may have tagged with him. The stuff he would do is never anything you would have done.
Oh, yes, that's the part. That's the thing I love. Because, dude, if I'm on a card with him, he's doing all the fucking psycho shit. Not me. I don't want to fucking steal any of his thunder. That's great. You got the people who want to have the very technical match. Do it. I'm not going to do anything like it. Like, that's great. You guys got that. And then you got someone who wants to do the, I don't know, whatever. I'm the fucking, either the popcorn or maybe the second or third match. That's usually like my spot.
Hmm.
If I'm working by myself, man, like I know what my spot is on a card, and because I mean I'm not doing anything super fucking fancy. I
Yeah,
don't have a match that was ever fancy, but I just but I was the one that got to do the comedy shit. That was easy. It saved me some bumps, but yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't care. Yeah,
Was it was
whatever.
it was it more like were your bumps comedic, or was it just like your mannerisms? Like, was it like Eddie Guerrero, like your mannerisms and stuff, or was it like freaking like Santino and like Eric Young, like comedy bumps and stuff?
Yeah, some comedy bumps, but it was definitely the mannerisms and stuff of that nature. I had one match. Uh, I was working this guy. He lives in Tennessee now, Silas Mason, and dude, he's a bigger dude with a mullet, and can't miss him. But yeah, we did this match. I think it was maybe I don't know. I think we had maybe 7, 8 minutes or something, and just a real short one. We spent the whole match, like the whole time, probably like 5 to 6 minutes, just sort of going around the outside of the ring, just chasing each other's stupid shit. But and then going out through the crowd, and I that's one thing I love doing is going through the crowd, heel or face. I love getting in the crowd. That's something I'll do, and so and not a lot of people are doing that. If they're doing that, it's to go and like kill someone, out, like drop them through 8 chairs or something, and have them land and whatever. But yeah, dude, like do that. So we ran around a whole bunch, and then I think maybe I don't think I took a bump. Probably just hit a whole bunch of shit, and he hit me, and I ran into the ring. He kicked me in the fucking balls. They rang the bell. Or like they rang the bell and then he kicked me in the nuts. And then like I just fucking dropped, just, working that shit for probably like 2 or 3 minutes to finish up to the 8 minutes. So that whole match never took a bump. Just fucked around and that's all I had to do, man. And it was great, man. I fucking would do that again. Like, I think that was one of my favorite matches. Just because it wasn't a match at all, really. It was
Right.
just, yeah. Those zero bump matches, I think, were my favorites. Because I had a number of matches or times I go into things and, especially when, well, I don't know, probably both, heel or face. I mean, I'm the small guy, and so I'm gonna get picked up by the huge guys and fucking thrown around like a gosh darn rag doll.
Hmm.
And here I am, fucking just all that shit.
Yeah.
That's all my bumps.
Especially when it's like the quick two clotheslines and then a duck a clothesline drop kick. Like, and then you get up, you're like, yeah. That's how long was the Purple Wizards stretch that you and Nick did?
Oh, I don't know, maybe a couple years, maybe
Okay.
like that, maybe a little longer.
Okay.
But yeah, there's still some stuff with that, man, that we'll get to one day in the wrestling world. We'll
Okay.
get to, but um, there still has to be some sort of something that comes from that.
Yeah.
But we'll get there when we get there, and
Of course. Yep.
I don't
Yep.
want to put any surprises. So, but yeah, it was probably a couple years. We'll say that.
Cool.
But yeah, I mean, it was much more fun being the heel purple wizards than the face ones. Um, Because I think the last thing I did, because I with him was a show out in Hermiston um, for Prestige Wrestling, and we did two shows. The first show was me and him against. I think both of them had. Fuck, what's that guy's name? I can't think of the dude's name. He's like a young lion right now over in the New Japan dojo, and he like just started working. I can't think of what his name is, but the first show. So yeah, after the first show, I come out, and then that dude fucking like drugs me with some sort of you
Or
know
form.
chloroform kind of gimmick, and that was kind of the end for me. I got up at the end, and I probably, hit. I think I hit someone, but then I got knocked back down again. It was like that Chumbawamba. But I think that was the end of it. And then he's been off doing other things, and I've been doing some other things, and
Yeah.
that's when I went back and got back with the high five, and then started doing the higher five, and then went back to the high five. But I mean, who knows now? I heard that Harvey's closed down.
I haven't checked it out. I haven't messaged the owner or his son on Facebook about it. I've been doing the LOL, and this week is this is one of the weeks, but they're doing the Portland's Funniest Person competition, this time of year. And so the mics are a little thin how they are anyways. And yeah,
Man,
so
that
I haven't even looked at it.
that contest is a bunch of bullshit.
It's all in who you bring out, and because it's like a battle of the bands.
Right.
And
Because how many people you bring out? Because, dude, the person that's going to win is going to have the most people, cheering for them and shit. Like, I don't know, man. There were a couple people who were like, actually, I don't know. There was some people on there that were pretty deserving. Jake Silverman, that is the dude's name that does the thing with Jeremiah. But
okay.
he was, I could not think of his fucking name. I saw him. Him and Jeremiah did a show out in Minneapolis when I was living out there, and that was pretty cool. I got to see him. It was in some basement show. They sold it the fuck out,
Huh.
and yeah. But I mean, some of the people deserved it to win the thing, but I mean, the majority of it, and I mean, whoever the winner is, that's different. But the people who get into like the finals and shit, it's people who are bringing a lot of people in. It's that's all. That's all you got to do. That's all you
Yeah.
got to do. And I have a great idea if I ever enter it, and I think I can win. I think I can win it with it, but I'm gonna save that for a few years.
Okay.
I have an idea because I mean that's all you need to do to win. You don't need to be funny. You just
Right.
fucking. But I think I'm not. I think everyone that's won is funny, but you know, some of the people who have been closer up, funny is quite relative anyway. I
Right.
think some people I guess, got higher and further into the competition because they brought a lot of people, and they're gonna they bring people to the bar. It's like fuck yeah, this person can go through again.
Right.
Uh, yeah, I did a fucking karaoke contest one time, and it was like I went in one night and I got qualified to be in this contest, and so I go to I go to it like a couple weeks later and do the first night, and it's like, okay, you're going on to the second night. Because I had like three or four people with me, and then the second night, dude, it was like people who are pretty good at doing cover songs, and but it's like they're not great. They're not fucking whoa, but they don't suck. So it's like this in between where
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to sit there through the shit, man. I like karaoke, but like I like karaoke because there's a mixture of people. It's not a bunch of. It's like listening to a cover CD of 20 different bands and playing their fucking favorite covers. And geez, dude, man. And then so that second night, I didn't get past it. But they did like I think they did a third round, like a finals or something. And
Right.
whatever, man. Yeah, it was kind of dumb. I was like, oh, dude, I know what you're doing. I know exactly what you're doing here. So good job on that. Good job. You got people. You bring people in. You're gonna go forward. And I'm like, good. That's gonna get the bar paid. They're gonna keep on doing this. There's gonna be more and more of it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Are you in the contest?
I am not.
Okay. All right.
I am not.
I was like, are you from Cincinnati?
No, no, yeah, not this guy. No, I remember like uh I was in a Dance Revolution contest when I was like 17, and that was the last like legitimate competition because it was like they had certain parameters, but you got to pick your songs, and then it was on a completion percentage of that song. But it had to be. It was like the first two songs were, I think, medium, and then the second two were like the hardest, and you just went out and you just did it, and then they put they put kind of everyone's percentages and stuff together, and then and I didn't win, but I had advanced, but it felt legitimate, you know, and
Yeah.
so I felt the reason I didn't win was purely because of my lack of preparation. But I've been in comedy competitions where, and I'm not saying that I didn't advance and it's bullshit. I'm just saying that people that advanced I didn't think were as funny as people that didn't, and and you can hear it. You can hear the laughs of the people in the room, and you're like, oh yeah, this guy's by far the funniest. Oh yeah, this girl by far, she's the second funniest I've heard tonight. And like people remember that because it's impulsive and it's a laughter and it's a natural thing. And so when you do a competition with 12 people and then it takes an hour for everyone to do their sets, and then it takes another hour and a half to count the votes. Like that doesn't really make sense, you know.
Yeah.
And so when I'm ready to bring the heat and bring the people, then I will win the popularity contest.
Yeah. And you gotta. And speaking of
Yeah.
I gotta go. I got a, it's like it's my girlfriend's company party I'm gonna go to, and I have to be there, yeah, at 3 o'clock, and it's 2:23, and I
Okay.
need to go fucking get ready and then drive over there, and I don't know where I'm driving to, how far away it is. So I should probably figure that out too.
Yeah.
So thank you for being on the show and being the first Instagram guest.
Of
We're
course.
gonna do this now. This is super fucking easy. So
I think so. It's way easier than the Anchor stuff. Just make sure that it's easy to upload to the app because
yeah, I have to go on. download this and then rip the audio and then upload it on there. But I think it'll sound a lot cleaner than all my other podcasts I do on Skype. So fuck yes. And this is Bryan with Why. Anything you want to give? You want to plug?
Yeah, if you guys are in, Portland on Thursday, come check out LOL. It's a comedy open mic that I run 4 to 6:30. Free pizza and drink for comics. Totally chilled, lay back. Everyone's invited. Yeah, definitely a hoot.
All right. Well, that's Saved by the Band and Saved by the Bell podcast, and we're out of here.
Peace out.